Oh, hi. Hey. Hello. I feel like I'm a little bit qualified to talk about this. I don't know what gives that impression at all. Have no idea. But I've got some tips and tricks up my sleeve on how to start a YouTube channel because I was in your shoes once upon a time. I was that person who was so scared of people judging her and what they thought of me. Like, I was so worried about what to talk about and what to do. Like, when do I upload? What niche do I pick? Like, blah, blah, blah. I was in your shoes once upon a time. And now I have one of these baddies. What do you mean? It's so cool. Like, I look at this every single morning and it makes my day. So if I can do it, you can do it as well. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and a notepad because you're gonna need one. Let's talk about equipment because I feel like that is the most important thing about being a YouTuber. Like, you're gonna need some things, but trust me when I say you don't need this. Okay? This is the Canon G7X. Everybody has this goddamn camera. It's a vlogging camera. It's good, but you do not need this. I've used this maybe 4 times in total in my whole 5-year YouTube career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need this. Nobody needs this to start a YouTube channel. Nobody needs a tripod. Nobody needs this $5 microphone that I got from Amazon. You don't need any of this stuff, right? Literally, the only things that you need to start a YouTube channel are your phone, a free editing program like CapCut or iMovie, and the will to live. I'm still finding that last one. Like, when I first started YouTube, I was using my iPhone 11 and sticky taping it to a mirror. I'm not even kidding, as my tripod because I didn't have a tripod and I also didn't have like things to balance it on properly. So I would just sticky tape my iPhone to a mirror and that would be me. That's me. That's my setup. I did that for like 4 months. I'm not even kidding. Before I bought an actual tripod, I was sticky taping it to my mirror. You don't need the fancy stuff, okay? Trust me. I am proof. In terms of editing your YouTube videos, I used iMovie up until recently. I only got Final Cut Pro maybe like a year ago, and it has been the best thing ever, don't get me wrong, but I was using iMovie and I made it work. And I have a whole video. So I definitely suggest you go and watch that video after you watch this one because it has a lot of like hidden tips and tricks on how to actually edit and make your videos fun and aesthetic. Okay, so now that you've got the equipment sorted out, I want you to start right now and refine as you go along because let's be so for real for a second. Nobody is good at the start. Okay, think about your favorite YouTuber. They started with 0 views, 0 subscribers, and 0 revenue and watch time. Like, they didn't start with what they have right now, obviously. Everyone has to start somewhere, and your first video is going to be horrible. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but it's going to be horrible. Treat it as a learning curve. You know, the more videos you get out, you're getting better every single time because you do. Like, my first video was horrible. My second video was also horrible, but a little bit better. And then, you know, my 50th video was 10 times better than my first video, but it's still bad. Like, I look back at that and I'm like, ew. But back then I was looking at my first video and being like, ew, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a massive, gradual learning curve. But the one thing that I don't want you to do is to wait for something. You know, like maybe you don't want to start a YouTube channel until you have a new phone or you've moved out into a place of your own, or, you know, you're waiting for that cute aesthetic corner in your room to be like picture perfect, or you're waiting for your new haircut, you're waiting, you know, just stop. Stop waiting because you're not going to start if you're waiting for the perfect moment because there is no perfect moment. I like to think of the saying, nobody is ever good at the start, but they have to start to be good. So there's only one way to start, and it is right now. Okay, whether it's planning or coming up with video ideas or, you know, just sitting down and practicing some editing, like film a little segment of you just talking about your day and edit it, you know, like edit it like you are Emma Chamberlain. And I believe in you. I truly do, because if I can do it, you can do it, okay? And just for proof, here is an old video of mine where I was cringe, awkward, and I only had 5 views. I found stuff, but I was like, eh. Actually, what are we doing? Let's have that as our background because she's looking cute, she's looking fun. Thank you guys for 7 subscribers. It really means a lot to me that people actually sit down maybe and watch this kind of stuff. So thank you so much. Okay, now that I've scared literally everyone off with my cringeness, we are going to be talking about niches. When I was a small creator, I hated the word niche because what do you mean I have to talk about one topic and make it my whole entire personality? I don't like that idea. You know, like I like many different topics, but a little bit of a hard truth that I must give you guys because it sucks. You kind of do need a niche when you do start out on YouTube because you can't just jump into the get ready with me's and day in the lives because nobody's going to click on them, unfortunately, because nobody knows you. Nobody knows what you are bringing to the table. Nobody knows your personality. So they're not going to go out of their way to watch that. If you know, like, I'm so sorry. I know that's harsh and I know that sucks to hear, but it is the truth, okay? So I want you to find a few topics that you can consistently talk about, whether it's fashion or gaming, makeup, self-love, self-care, something educational, something that you can bring to the table that you can do consistently. It's like you're interested in it enough to kind of make it your whole entire personality. Amongst that niche, you can post your little dabble of get ready with me's and day in the lives and all that kind of stuff, and you will eventually make a following from that if you keep consistent and if you keep it interesting enough. My first niche was cockatiel care. Okay, it's random, it's weird, but I loved birds. I still love birds. What am I saying? I love birds. I like Emma and Charlie are my whole entire personality. You know, I made bird content and people loved it. It was bringing me subscribers, it was bringing me watch time, and it was bringing me attention. And I was like, okay, let's keep doing this. Okay, this is working. Yay. And it eventually got me to 20k subscribers, which was so cool. I was beyond excited for this. I then tried to venture off into a new niche. I really wanted to get into like fashion and day in the lives and, you know, self-love videos and stuff. And I flopped immediately because my bird community of 20,000 people were like, what the hell is she doing? What the frick does she think she do? Like, where's the bird? My views dropped, my income dropped, you know, everything dropped, and I was stuck at 20,000 subscribers for 3 whole years. I just did not grow. I was literally in limbo. Nothing was going down and nothing was going up, and it was rough, okay? But when you start out, it is very tricky and sensitive, and you kind of have to sell your soul to the algorithm, if that makes sense. Like, you kind of have to do everything that the algorithm wants you to do. And sometimes that is making videos that you no longer want to make, like cockatiel videos. Like, I was going insane. I didn't want to make them anymore, but it was the only thing pushing. It was the only thing making me pennies back then. And it was the only thing that my subscribers were watching. And I was like, what do I do? So you just have to be prepared for all that kind of stuff, but it does get better. If you keep going and you do not give up, you will reap the rewards. So make sure that when you pick your niche, it's something that you can be consistent with, but don't feel like you're stuck in concrete because you're not. You can absolutely change your niche. It just might take a little while to get back on track. The ups and downs, it's all about being a YouTuber. And if you can get through the lows, you are going to experience the highest of highs. So just remember that. Now, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but you have to be in it for the right reasons. Otherwise, you are going to fail, bestie. I'm sorry. But like, why, Shelly? Why? Everyone wants to make money, you know? Everyone wants to be a little bit famous. And like, same, I get it. Okay, I get it. But if that is the only reason that you want to become a YouTuber is to make money and get famous, you're going to struggle and you're probably going to give up and probably fail and cry yourself to sleep. When you start YouTube, you start off with literally nothing. 0 views, 0 subscribers, and you have to make your way into the partner program, which requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours within the last 12 months. Easy enough, right? Right? That can be a little bit of a climb, but once you are eligible, YouTube is going to run a bunch of checks on your account to make sure that you grew organically. So anyone out there that is buying bots or, you know, thinking that they can skip the hard work and get to the top easily, not going to work, okay? Not going to work. So what happens when you finally get into the partnership program, Shelly? Well, you start making literal pennies. My first YouTube paycheck was nothing, okay? It was not even the bare minimum, not even minimum pay. So you start getting paid and then you have to go through the lows of your YouTube channel. And this is where a lot of people give up because, you know, they get the high and the excitement of joining the partner program and it's so exciting and it's so cool that I'm making money. Then your views start going down, your revenue starts going down, you know, you are not growing anywhere like I was for 3 whole years, okay? Like there were so many moments in my YouTube career where I was crying to my partner. I was, you know, wanting to give up. I just wanted to scream and blah, blah, blah. You know, I was I wanted this to work. I was going to make it work, but I wanted to give up so many different times, so many days where I was just like, is this even worth it? Like, what the hell? So yeah, that is why I believe you have to be in it for the right reasons, because there will be days where you are tested and you want to give up and you want to cry and you just want to throw away everything you've been doing for the last however many years or months. But if you keep going because of your passion and your dream, and that is your drive, instead of like wanting to be rich and famous and blah, 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 you will reap the rewards, I promise you. Quick little segment on shorts, because I personally think shorts are a great way to grow your channel, but I don't think they are a long-term solution. I personally had a lot of growth through shorts and it got me like a good 30,000 subscribers. It was so cool, but it's not a long-term thing because those 30,000 subscribers are kind of non-existent, you know, because they only ever watch my shorts. YouTube likes to promote that like shorts will grow your long-term content, but it's like a very small percentage where people will watch your shorts and be like, oh my god, they also upload long-term content, slay. So upload the shorts, absolutely. I'm not saying don't, but definitely focus on and prioritize long form content, because that is where the community is. That is where your loyal, most gorgeous subscribers are going to be. We need to talk about a little schedule for you, because scheduling your content on YouTube is very important. It kind of gives people something to look forward to. You know, I upload every Thursday and Sunday nights, and people are constantly messaging me being like, can it be Sunday already? People want to know what to expect from you and when to expect from you. So give them a schedule that you can personally work on yourself and it's comfortable and easy and you're not going to burn yourself out, because been there, done that, sis. It's not the vibes. I personally don't think that there is a specific time that you should upload, but it should be reasonable within your time zone, because you are the person that is filming, editing, uploading, and doing everything in between. My upload time is at 6:30. It just works the best for me. Like, I know I'm going to be home in those moments. I know that, you know, I can work on a video during the day if I need to. I always go by the rule quality over quantity. You know, you could be uploading every single day, but you're just going to burn yourself out and your content is just going to decrease in quality because you don't have the energy, you don't have the personality anymore. Like, you have nothing to give because you're so burnt out. And I've been there as well. It sucks. Okay, now that we've got the schedule and everything out of the way, let me tell you a hot tip that I feel like a lot of people kind of know, but not really. What am I trying to say? Anyway, people connect to energy, not perfection. I want you to plan out your videos as real as possible. I don't even want you to plan them out as much. Like, literally little tiny dot points. Like, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to do? But don't script it completely. Don't make it fake as fuck. Like, be you. Be the real, authentic you. And pretend you're on FaceTime with a bestie. Like, that's how I do it. That's how I sit down and film. I literally just pretend I am talking to one of my friends. And that's you guys. Hi. Emma Chamberlain is also another great example, because her videos feel like FaceTiming with a friend. Like, she's real, she's raw, she's authentic. She's not afraid to show up like a little bit ugly or, you know, a little bit messy, or she's just not afraid to be human. And people love that. People are so over the fake influencer thing, like people just having perfect setups all the time and pretty things. There's nothing wrong with those things, right? I love an aesthetic space, but the content that does the best on my channel is when I show up as my real, raw, authentic self. You know, my room is messy, I'm looking ugly, like I'm feeling yuck, and people love it. People love real, raw connection that they can relate to. So just talk to the camera like it's a friend, because people are going to be more attracted to your energy than the fake persona that you're going to put out onto the internet. Like, just be you. Literally, just be you, because that is the one difference in the fully saturated world of being a YouTuber, being an influencer, blah, 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 is that nobody is you. Okay, there are so many people out there gaming, and there's so many people, you know, doing lifestyle vlogs and people doing hauls and everything, but they are not you. And you can put your little twist onto a video and make it unique to you, and that's what people are going to love. I know some of you are sitting there like, hell yeah, let's do this, but I'm scared. I don't have the confidence. Like, I don't know what to do. And like, I get it, okay? Because you're putting yourself out onto the internet. Who is actually going to be seeing that? You know, like your friends, your ex-friends, people from school, you know, your family. Not only that, but you also have to get used to your own voice, your own self, you know, showing up for you, and just, it's a lot, okay? It's daunting. It feels uncomfortable because it's something new. You don't have to tell anybody about your YouTube channel, okay? it can be your little secret, and you can make a whole separate social media dedicated to that YouTube channel and connect with like-minded people that aren't your friends, that aren't your family. Like, they don't have to know just yet. You can just test the waters. You can get the rhythm, the routine of uploading and everything before you start sharing. And honestly, I do tell a lot of people who are getting into social media to block their friends, block their family, so that way they are just on a clean slate. They're not worried about anybody they know who's going to see the content. It's just a fresh start. I want you to remember that a famous YouTuber is not going to judge you for starting. People who can't do that themselves will be the ones that are going to talk about you. So just a little food for thought, like, I doubt those people that are talking about you would trade places with them. Like, I doubt you would want their life. What is so special about their life? Obviously not much, because they're talking shit about you. And like, personally, I had people who were laughing at me, saying that I was weird for trying and that I'm not going to get anywhere and blah, blah, blah. They were in my DMs later on when I had made a little bit of a name for myself, asking how I had worked with their favorite brands and that they're so happy for me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I know you were talking shit. Like, they switch up so quickly. Trust me, do not worry about the people that are going to make fun of you or laugh at you or judge or talk behind your back, because they literally don't matter. They are minuscule in this massive world of opportunity that is waiting for you if you just pick up your phone and start filming and editing. And as I said before, the one thing that helps with confidence is pretend that you're talking to a friend. That is why I don't film with the G7X, because I get nervous. This daunts me. I film with my phone because it's very natural and it makes me feel like I'm talking to a friend, and that helps with my confidence 100%. Like, if I'm filming with this, I do feel shy. I do feel scared. The last point that I want to make in today's video is how to deal with the hate comments. Because unfortunately, as a YouTuber, a creator, an influencer, or somebody who just puts themselves out on the internet, you do unfortunately deal with hate comments. It's just part of the experience, which is really shitty to say because it shouldn't be. Like, a lot of people really need to learn the phrase, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But they're too small-minded. They don't get it. And unfortunately they are, because the hate comments that are coming your way, they're always stupid, and they always come from a place of hurt and a place of projecting, but it has nothing to do with you. Okay? Their hate comment has everything to do with how they are as a person and what they're dealing with. So it's always good to never take a hate comment seriously. But trust me, when you get your first one, it will ruin you. And you'll be so sad and you'll probably think about it all the time. But trust me, delete it, out of sight, out of mind. Don't ponder on it. Don't try and come up with the most perfect response, because no matter what you respond, it could be the most perfectly written out piece of art that you reply. It's still not going to be good enough for this small-minded person. Okay, so just delete it and move on. Block them if you have to. Like, the block feature on YouTube is very handy, but the main thing is you want to protect your peace. Okay, their peace, it's already ruined. Don't even worry about them. People love to project their own insecurities online without actually dealing with them head on. So you just have to think of it as they are a very ill, sad, miserable, ugly person. Because they are. Like, not once have I ever seen content that I disagree with and have to tear that person down, to leave a hate comment, to be so negative and nasty. Like, I've never once done that. I've just scrolled on and moved on with my life. It takes a very specific person to leave a hate comment, and they're just nasty and ugly, okay? But just focus on the love. Like, I have a folder in my phone that is like little screenshots of all the beautiful comments that you guys have sent to me over the 5 years that I've been doing this. And anytime I get a hate comment, I read that folder and it makes me so happy. Like, it brings me so much joy. Like, and also remember that if you are getting hate comments, that just means you're growing. That just means you're getting pushed out to new audiences and new people. And obviously, you're not for everybody. And people, they're insecure, they're ugly, whatever. You're also getting pushed to potential new subscribers, new people that are going to love you and adore you. These haters don't mean anything, okay? They're just a little ant. Flick it away and move on. This video has been massive. Oh my gosh, I am exhausted and my voice is slowly disappearing. Like, it doesn't want to be here. Goodbye. But that was honestly everything that I had to tell you about becoming a YouTuber in 2025 or 2026 or whenever you're going to watch this video. Even if I just helped one person start their YouTube journey today, that would make me so happy. Like, guys, trust me, if I can do it, you can get this too. I believe in you. I trust in you. And that passion of yours is going to help you through this whole entire process. Like, you will want to give up and you will want to cry and you will question everything and you will have your doubts. But that passion is going to keep you alive with this dream, with this mindset, and with this vision, okay? Because It was placed in your heart for a reason. So freaking chase it, all right? And see where it gets you. You might be working with your dream brands, or you might realize maybe this is not for me, and that's okay. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my other videos as well because I upload every Sunday and Thursday. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of your hair now, so I will see you guys next time I upload. So bye!